Hey, this me, Brian. Today's adventures involve this here Chevrolet pickup truck and an oil change. Alright, well, how you change the oil, Brian? Well, this is how you change it. You see that little plug right there? You take that little plug out and you let the oil drain. And then that thing right there is the oil filter. We need to unscrew that and change it out. Alright, so what you need is you need a 15 millimeter socket and a ratchet. And break it loose. I got that right here. See? 15 millimeter socket and a ratchet. And then you need a oil filter wrench. This here is a good one. Right, to take the oil filter down. Right, then you need some type of drip pan. I mean, you can get them over at the Napa Auto Parts store or whatever. Me, I just went out, not there in the back 40, and I got an old steel baking sheet and a battery box. It's got a couple holes in the bottom, and I put a trash bag in it so we don't put no oil on the ground. Right, and then the next thing I did, what is that? Alright, I broke loose the plug. Alright, so I can spin it off. Alright, what you want to do is you want to be careful because you got to run the engine, you got to get the oil a little bit hot. So you want to unscrew it from the top like this because you're going to get oil on your fingers and it's going to be hot. You want to make sure your bucket's lined up right because it's going to sport straight out in the very beginning. Alright, see, here it comes, it's dripping. Here we go. Up. See? You gotta be ready. That's why you get a bucket. And an old beat up piece of carpet. But you let the oil drain. Let it drain, drain. What we're gonna put in is we're gonna put some O'Reilly synthetic 5W30. Alright, and we got a Wix filter over there. I think you can see it over there up on you can see it right, let's see, right there. It's a Wix filter for this motor. Alright, I believe it's a 5.0, it might be a 5.7, I'm not real sure. Right, I mean, all Chevy motors are pretty much the same. Alright, this one here is a 4-wheel drive. Let's see, got that big old transfer case right there, and big heavy-duty drive shaft. This is really actually a nice truck. See how the oil's draining right there? Oil drain. Here, let's move the camera. Sorry about all this. I'm going to probably edit this stuff out. Still draining. See right there. Alright. Yeah, I'm still holding the hot plug. Push the bucket up. Make sure we catch it all. See how it's running out? Push the bucket underneath. The good thing about Chevys is that they move the plug instead of from the side over there where it used to be. They move the plug to the back right here, so you can actually do this with the truck sitting on level ground now. Let all the oil drain out. Just let it drain. All right. It's a nice day out. It's nice and sunny. It's pretty warm. All right, it's almost done. Run her down. Yep, it's kind of like watching paint dry. Yeah, old tree rat, he might be right. I doubt it, but he might be right. Just let it drain. See, yeah, it's still running. See, there's still oil in it. All right, you want to let it run until it gets to dripping. And then when it starts dripping, we put the plug back in. That's pretty close. All right, put the plug back in. Don't cross-thread it. Screw it all the way in. And get it tight. And then, change directions on your ratchet button. Good thing I'm left-handed, huh? All right. Get it on there. Make sure it's tight. I mean, you don't got to be Hercules and pull it down tight, but you want to make sure that it don't come out. There we go. Put the ratchet down. Okay, now the next step is to take the oil wrench. All right. Find your oil filter. It is right here. All right, put your oil wrench on. All right, and then you want to push that way towards the driver's door. All right, and then you want to unscrew it kind of slow because it's going to drip. You want to put your bucket underneath it. All right, unscrew it. See how it's running? Because there's oil in it. Ding-a-lings. And let that run. All right, now let's start unscrewing it. And you want to hang on to it. You don't want to let it drop in the bucket because there's splash oil all over the bottom of this place, your face, your hands. And remember, this oil is hot. Let it drip some more. Woo, see, look at that. I feel it through the glove. All right. I don't know if you guys can see any of this. The lighting ain't too good. And some of these have what they call a long stem, and some have a short stem. All right. This one's got a long stem. All right. And just drop it in the bucket. Let the rest of it drain. Okay, now that oil is pretty dirty. Pretty dang dirty. Alright, so the next step involves the oil filter. And now this is the Wix 51042. Alright, it's a little one. It's for a V8 Chevy. Alright, this is a Silverado, so it's probably a 3.5, maybe a 3.7, or a 5.5 or a 5.7. It's in 350 small block. Alright, a little bit of oil. And what I always like to do is 5W30 synthetic. What I always like to do is I like to fill the oil filter up a little bit, right, before I put it on. So you can just pour some oil in it, right, until it's, about a half inch or so from the top, right? And then, alright, take a little bit of oil and do the rubber seal around the top. That way, it slides on and gets a good seal. Alright. And the next thing is put it on underneath the truck. Okay, now, so you gotta get up in there. Now, the important thing here is when you're putting the filter on is not to cross thread the filter. Alright. So, you want to be careful. You want to turn it till you feel it go on the stem, and then be careful, spin it. All right. Remember, these engine parts are hot because this is the bottom of the motor right here. There you go. Throw that rag. Grab your rag. Hand twist as tight as you get. Alright. Then take your oil wrench. Alright. And you want to see the way the handle is? So you pull it this way. Oh, I got it upside down. The handle always, pulls the way that you're pulling. Get it on there. Try not to crush the bottom of the filter with the bolts and stuff. All right, now the filter's back on. So now we got to do now is put the oil in it. Right? Okay, so put the oil in. There now. For all you ladies that don't know, this one, the yellow one, is your oil dipstick. And the red one is for your transmission. Right? You got to check your transmission in neutral with the motor running. Oil, you got to check with the engine turned off. Right? So right now there ain't no oil in it. Right? And this right here is your oil filler spout. Right? Pull the knob out. Right? And you want to be real careful barring it in. Show you guys a neat little trick. This is why they designed these bars like this. See the little slope right here? If you put the slope towards the hole, right? Yeah, see that? And then you can just put the whole bar in. And don't spill none. Did you see him spill any? Alright. And then you can lean it back this way. What are you doing? Okay, there's about 3/4 of a quart. Remember, we put about a quarter of it in the filter to start with. So when we start the motor up, right, there's still some oil in there. So, now, I don't know how much this stuff costs, because, you know, I'm just doing this for Teresa's dad. He's the one that bought the oil and the filter and all that stuff. So, yeah. So, but, you know, standard oil change stuff. He got the 5-gallon, or the 5-quart bottle right here. So, we're going to go slow. Okay, so when you're done filling it up, you put your oil cap back on. Right, you pull out your dipstick and you check the oil. Right, make sure it did not pour out on the ground. So here it is. Okay, there we go. Yep, pretty solid. It's all the way up past the second hole, right? So that's good. Because remember, we ain't circulated none of the oil around in the engine yet. Put the dipstick back in. Now the last step is a relatively simple one. This one I like best. Right. You come inside and you look for your oil pressure gauge, which is that one. Well, start it up. There it goes. 40 pounds, it's about 38 pounds. Perfect. And you look underneath, make sure everything's tight, you ain't got no oil leaks. All right, there you go. That's how you change oil, right, on your Chevy truck. Just me, Brian. Yeah, videos are getting better, huh? Thank you.